You open the document. The cursor blinks at you like a tiny lighthouse in an empty white sea. You close the laptop. You promise yourself 3 o'clock, but the clock already reads 3:07 and the note in your hand says 3:30. Suddenly, you're alphabetizing a bookshelf that was already tidy. Then you're watching someone else's video about productivity while your own work waits in the dark. And here's the part that hurts. You want this. You chose this road yourself. So why won't your feet take the first step onto it? You've been told you're lazy, undisciplined, that you just don't want it badly enough. But the diagnosis is wrong. What you're standing in has a name: task paralysis. It isn't missing willpower, it's a freeze response. Most people know fight or flight. Therapist Pete Walker mapped 2 more: fawn, which we've explored on this channel, and today's subject, freeze. Picture a deer on a night road, headlights growing larger. It doesn't run, it doesn't charge, it turns to stone. Before a blank page, you do the same. Marble mid-motion, pen in the air, a statue of someone about to begin. Today we'll look at why beginning can flip that ancient switch and how to melt it. Here's the first thing nobody tells you. Your brain never sees the task itself. It sees the movie it projects about the task. A fast starter's brain loads a single frame, a keyboard. Your brain fires up an entire cinema. You sit in the front row while the screen plays every step you don't know yet. Every wrong turn, every frowning face waiting. I call that being a deep simulator. To your nervous system, a task with foggy edges isn't a to-do item. It's a dark forest with no path, and your brain nails a warning sign at its edge. You're not avoiding work. You're obeying a sign your own mind painted. So what exactly makes that first step so expensive? Strangely, chemistry holds the answer. Chemists call it activation energy, the shove a reaction needs before it can run on its own. A match lying in its box never bursts into flame. It has to be dragged across the rough strip, and that one strike costs more than all the burning after. Behavioral scientists borrowed the idea. Every action collects an entry fee. For most people, it's one small step. For you, the deep simulator, the doorman charges the entire imagined mountain at once. You're trying to carry a whole mountain through a doorway. Of course your arms give out. But let's count the price, because pretending there isn't one would insult you. Every postponed start becomes another paper on the pile. You sit small in the courtroom of your own mind, while a judge with your own face stamps the file. Lazy. Each stamp feeds the shame, and the shame thickens the ice under your feet. You watch people with half your vision finish things because they could begin. Friends stop asking how the project is going, and part of you is relieved. And slowly, you stop telling anyone your ideas. Not because they ran out, but because you've stopped trusting yourself to carry them. So here's the image I want to leave you with. A boulder resting on the ground grips the earth harder than a boulder already rolling. The heaviest push you will ever give is the one at 0 speed. You were never bad at doing. You were leaning your whole body against the hardest moment in physics and calling yourself weak for feeling its weight. Here's how you give that first push. First, lower the activation energy. Choose a first step so small it's almost embarrassing. Not finish the report, but write one crooked sentence. One brick, not the cathedral. Second, use what psychologist Peter Gollwitzer calls an implementation intention. Decide the when and where in advance. When the morning coffee is in my hand, the draft gets opened. You're laying the rail before the train arrives, so there's no negotiation left at the platform. Third, hand your first draft a permission slip to be terrible. The freeze is a bodyguard hired to protect you from judgment. So send judgment home for the day, and the bodyguard can finally sink into an armchair. Terrible is a stage, not a verdict. Because you were never lazy. You are a mind that rehearses entire futures before your hands ever move, and the boulder never needed you to carry it. It only ever needed one push. If this named something you felt your whole life, stay a while and explore the other videos here, where we keep turning the things you were taught to hide into the things that make you remarkable. Subscribe and let's keep overthinking together.